Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. MLB The Show brings you baseball on a rainy night. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers going up against the Atlanta Braves. All right, Singy, let's talk about the man on the mound. He has been lights out lately. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go. And today's starter, Chris Sale.
Well, you know this guy wants to be better than that. I mean, the ERA is bloated. He understands that he's got to put his team in a better position to win ball games. And at this point, you have to forget about your own individual stats, and you have to go out there and attack and try to get that W. And if you do that, you'll look up, and most likely that ERA will have dropped over time.
And that misses. Yeah, that's ball two.
If you're going to miss, you want to miss outside the zone. When you miss inside the zone, it's trouble.
There's the strike, 95 of that one. That's down and in. Straight him out looking. Fastball to letters, throws him for strike three. And stepping in is the speedy Jackie Robinson. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball one. Sale, a former Gold Glove winner. He features a slider, a four-seamer, a changeup, and he works in a sinker. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Fastball for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Line drive, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Right through there for a strike. Goes down looking. And now big number 99, Aaron Judge. Year in and year out, this guy an MVP candidate. And Judge spoils that one.
When you're taking your lead over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
2 outs. Strike two.
He's looking pretty sharp to start the ball game. He's got that good fastball working early.
And that one missing inside, a sharp slider. Headed towards the corner. Walker on the move. Dives and makes the catch.
One of the most fun and exciting things you can do as an outfielder. You lay out, you make a diving catch, and you end the inning. That gets the team fired up in the dugout.
Back here in Atlanta, getting the nod in this one, Kodai Senga. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, this guy's just been filthy out there on the mound. Hitters batting under 200 against him, and they're just having a hard time squaring up anything, doing any type of damage. The only way he hurts himself is if he gives up the free passes and surrenders a rare home run. But outside of that, it's going to be a tough job for the opposing lineup today.
Ronald Acuna Jr. leading things off and takes a strike.
No, here's a player who hits the ball a mile when he connects. In fact, Acuna is the first player in the StatCast era to hit 10 straight home runs, all traveling more than 420 feet. He's not exactly just clearing the fences out there.
the ground. And foul ball. Hammer, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Batting second, the center fielder.
So now to the plate for Atlanta, Michael Harris II.
I'm liking the power he's shown recently. 3 home runs over the last 5 games.
Lifted in the air down the left side, and that'll fall for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough. But right there, it just died and found a way to drop in on the green stuff, but base hit.
First and second, no outs. Walker now at the plate. Ball 1, no strikes. Singy, maybe some nerves getting the best of him in the first?
Well, it's hard to know exactly if it's nerves or not, but he just doesn't have it right now. Those hitters on the other side, they're going to say it's nerves and use that as a competitive edge to try to jump on him even more.
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count 1-2. Stays alive. Good eye in that spot.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
And that's outside.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Marcell Ozuna in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. That one the other way. 1 at second. He's out. Relay to first. Double play. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Here's the veteran outfielder, Marcell Ozuna. First pitch misses. Acuna on third with 2 out. And a foul ball.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch to Ozuna. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Back at Truist Park, second inning set to go. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Tommy Edman. Sale back to work. Edman patrolling center field, 29 years old, and he's been on a fantastic run at the plate, hitting over 450 in his last 10 games. Walker pulls it in on the run.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Hit in the air, center field. Kelnick on his way over. Hauls it in for the out.
Batting 7, the catcher.
2 outs, base is empty. Stepping in, the long ball threat, Will Smith. That clips the corner.
I mean, that's perfect location, right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. they're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. A gigantic blast. His first homer of the year. The Dodgers strike first. It's 1-0. Chris, we knew this moment was coming for him soon.
Yep, and it finally came. We knew it was only a matter of time before he's going to connect with one just like that. Just too good of a hitter at the plate.
Chris, that ball came out hot. So let's see what StatCast has to say.
Yeah, it really did, Boog. 111 miles per hour off the bat, and a really nice launch angle as well. Just a beautiful swing from start to finish.
Here's the second baseman, Hae-Sung Kim. Off the mark there. And that is ball one. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here in game 1 of this 3-game set. And it's 1-1.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just having a hard time catching up.
Off the mark there. And it's 2-1. Swing and a miss at a slider.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here comes Austin Riley.
Riley used to be a pitcher back in the day, Boog. In fact, fans used to give him a hard time in his rookie ball days because he started the season with a long slump. He'd get messages questioning if he should go back to pitching, but it turns out he made the right choice.
That one fouled off. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Nasty fork ball for strike 3.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter's going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
And now Matt Olson up to hit. Breaking ball through there for a strike. Pulls that one foul. One out, bases empty. And there's a ball. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Hernandez hauls it in, 2 away.
Batting 7, the second baseman,
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. Albies launched a homer in his most recent game. In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
0-1's the count.
In the dirt, 1-1. Fastball for a strike at 95. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And the Braves go down quietly. And it remains 1-0. Welcome back. And coming off a series where the pitching was outstanding, we take a look at those numbers. And the first pitch misses for ball one.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's what it was. If you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Headed towards the corner. And that's a foul ball. On the ground to third. Throw on to Olsen. One up, one down. Back to the top of the lineup. And now the DH, Shohei Ohtani. Went down on strikes his first time through. A little out front there as he swings through it.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
That one 95 to finish him off.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
And first offering is fouled off. And Sale deals. That one's in there. No balls, 2 strikes.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
Going to count 1 and 2. 2 outs, base is empty. Up and in. And the count now even up. Down the line. And no one can get to it. It's a foul ball. Liner, base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. And next for LA, Babe Ruth. Caught looking his first time up. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
Swings through that one. Singy, one of the things that's interesting is that guys really don't worry about swing and miss from an offensive standpoint anymore. So when you see somebody who contacts the ball like this, do you think of that as plus value?
Absolutely, if he's doing damage. Now, if he's rolling over and grounding out.
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. 1 left for LA, but they hold a 1-0 lead. And we're back, set for the bottom of the third. Now it's the Atlanta catcher, Sean Murphy.
Yeah, and the domino effect of that is running up pitch counts on pitchers and then either getting them to a place of fatigue or getting into the bullpen perhaps before you get to those higher leverage arms at the back end.
Over to Ruth. Leadoff hitter gone in the third. Here's Orlando Arcia. One of the things that Jim Leland used to say when I was broadcasting with the Marlins, the longer a plate appearance goes for a batter, the more likely it is that something good will happen for the hitter.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. 1 down, base is empty. Right side. Judge makes the grab for the second out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Ronald Acuna.
And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. That one gets down for a hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Batting second.
Here's Jared Kelnick. Came into the game on defense, so his first trip to the plate here. And there's a strike.
If I'm at the dish right now, I am aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit. And as nasty as the stuff is, you might as well take all 3 swings.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Braves strand 1. They're down 1-0. Back here in Atlanta, here comes Aaron Judge.
Number 99, Aaron Judge.
That misses, and that's ball 1. And that is out of play.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
That's one you always want as a pitcher. Down at the knees, and it looked to me like he's barking. That's a strike. Doesn't change the call, but sometimes it helps to let that frustration out a little bit.
And down on strikes he goes. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Well, he hadn't seen that changeup the entire at bat until that put-away pitch, and it's pretty tough to deal with as a hitter. You're up there battling, trying to read and react with 2 strikes, and then all of a sudden a pitch comes out of nowhere, and it's a good changeup. It's just almost impossible to hit it when you haven't seen it.
That one finds the zone. 0-2.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
Next offering is down low.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Way inside, and that hit him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch.
Now batting.
Here's Mookie Betts. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. Sale with the move to first. Edman back in on a dive. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
Good pitch right there. Anytime you can get one by a bat of this caliber, especially with runners on, it's got to give you some confidence out there on the mound that you can win this battle.
Finish him.
Sale ready, and that's in the dirt. That one way inside.
2 strikes.
Runner on the go. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Make it 7 strikeouts for him. Will Smith to the plate. He's already homered here in this one. That misses the zone, and it's 1-0. Edman, the runner at first with 2 gone. Sale, keeping him close. And another ball. Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
That's outside. 3-1.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there, and boy, umpire didn't give him the call. I bet you if he throws it again, hitter knows he's going to have to swing it.
Sale delivers, and ball 4, 2 aboard.
Not what he wanted to do right there, Boo. That keeps this inning alive, puts a runner into scoring position, and a chance for this offense to add on to their lead.
First and second, 2 outs. Now it's the second baseman, Hae-Sung Kim. He's 0 for 1. Slice the other way and foul. First and second, 2 down. Top half of inning number 4. Oh, right to the backstop. And 2 in scoring position now, thanks to that wild pitch.
No trouble moving up to second on that play with the ball getting that far away from the catcher. Nice job to take advantage of the wild pitch.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Two on, 2 outs. That's too low. And it's 1-2.
That's a really good take.
And the 1-2 misses to even the count. Ground ball right side. Base hit. 1 run in already. Now a long throw home. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. So 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and a runner left. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Braves nothing. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. That one's in there. It's 0-1. Inside, just missed.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. That's back there. Leaps at the wall, but can't haul it in. Around second now as they still don't have it. And he makes it into third with a leadoff triple.
Everything came together for him. Absolutely blasted that one into the gap, but just didn't have quite enough to clear the wall out there. Maybe a little more elevation under it and it carries over, but that's a swing you'll be happy with every time.
Here comes Ozuna up to the plate. First offering, and it just misses.
1-0.
Just missed.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Ground ball right side. Down the line, and it's foul. Next pitch is outside. Austin Riley in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And that one lifted in the air, center field. Drops into the glove. Here comes the runner from third. He'll score on the sac fly, and they trail by 1.
Well, he's always capable of losing one over the fence. He might have just missed it right there, but a good job driving that run from third.
Here is Austin Riley.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
And that one fouled off.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
1 down, base is empty.
Ball 1.
Outside, 2-1.
Well, you put good velocity in the head of the hitter. He's got to get it ready early and then change speeds. Keep him off balance. That's the goal.
On the ground to the left. On the run, throw to first. And very nicely done for the out.
Oh, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Matt Olson up to the plate. 0 for 1 so far. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Chopped out in front of the plate. The throw to first, and that'll do it. So it's 1 run on 1 base hit, no errors, and no one left on. We're headed to the 5th. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Number 63.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Kike Hernandez at the plate. He's 0 for 1. Pinch hitter coming on, Max Muncy.
Man, it must be nice to pull a superstar off your bench, huh?
Ball 1, no strikes. Muncy, multi-time All-Star, 34-year-old vet, and he was a 5th-round pick back in 2012. Next offering is in for a strike. Movement in the Atlanta bullpen. Dylan Lee, a lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Right through there for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got him swinging.
Well, I don't think there's a hitter alive that hasn't at some point succumbed to that pitch right there. It just looks like it's in the zone the entire way, and then the top spin and gravity take over in the blink of an eye, and it's just such a tough pitch to lay off of.
Ohtani, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Ohtani back in. And the batter now, Jackie Robinson. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. And that extends his lead for the most stolen bases in baseball. That's in there. That's strike 1. Man at second. Fought off foul.
Nothing but curveballs so far in the at-bat. Kind of makes it difficult as a hitter to know what to look for, because you start wondering if he'll keep coming with it or if they'll try to speed you up.
That's a hit. Here's Ohtani flying around third. He'll score, and it's an RBI single. It's 3-1.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Babe Ruth will hit next. 0 for 2 in this one. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Ball 1, no strikes.
Robinson, the runner at first, with 1 gone in the inning. On the outside corner, and the count 1-1.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Move to first, and he's back in safely. Man at first, 1 away. There goes Jackie. Pitching for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. And a curve is down and in.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, too. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
That's off the inside corner, and now it's 3-2. Lined, and that's a base hit. Here comes Jackie flying around third. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 3.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate. Ground ball left side, and that's just foul.
One and one.
In the dirt. Judge waits. In the dirt.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Misses off the play. Ball 2. To third might be 2. Quickly to second for 1. And that's 2. They put 2 on the board. 3 hits, no errors, no one left. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Dodgers 4 and the Braves 1. Bottom of the inning. Now in for the Braves, Ozzie Albies.
Second baseman, Ozzie.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
In the air, out towards left center. Robinson makes the grab. 1 away.
Now batting, catcher, John.
Here's Sean Murphy. Grounded out his first time. In there for strike 1.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Kicks and fires. Next offering misses down and away.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Hard hit right side. And he takes it himself for the out.
The batter, number 11.
2 down, bases empty. Orlando Arcia next up for the Braves. Fly to right his first time. Fastball for a strike. And it's 0-1. And that one upstairs, ball 1.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Judge brings it in for the 3rd out.
Now pitching.
Dylan Lee gets the call from the pen. He's pitching on 2 days rest. Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. He's a guy who does it all. That one's in there. 0-1. That's a strike.
Well, he's gotten ahead with 2 pitches down in the zone. He has plenty of options right here. He can go up, he can go away, he can add velocity, he can subtract.
Cut on and lifted in the air, and it falls. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in, not in time. That's a leadoff double.
You got to get on your horse and get to that ball and get it back in, because he's going to come barreling around first and put some pressure on you. If you bobble it or you don't get there in a hurry, it's going to make you look silly and end up on second base.
And now it's Mookie Betts. This guy, one of the best contact men in the sport as well. Outstanding on the defensive end. That one is absolutely belted, and that's got extra bases written all over it. The run comes in from second. It's 5-1. Betts into second.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Now
The batter now will be Will Smith. He launched a solo shot back in the second inning of this one.
Yeah, that was big for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Ball one there.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
On the ground to third. Now 1 gone in the top of the 6th.
the batter, number 6.
And up next for Los Angeles, Hesung Kim. And a base hit right there. Here's the throw to the plate. But it's offline. It's 6-1.
The third baseman, number 13, Max.
Man at first. Here comes Max Muncy. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Down and away for ball 1. Still only 1 out here in the inning. Snap throw to first. And he just got his hand in there. Now 1-1.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
And now 2 balls and a strike. Ground ball left side, could be 2. Off balance feed, there's 1. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Well, an aggressive slide at second base, but it was legal. I like it because you're trying to break up the double play, and it looked like the slide impacted the throw a little bit. Nice job by the base runner.
Here's Shohei Ohtani. Just missed. And another ball.
2-0 count. You really don't want to give in here. You've got to work the edges, really execute a pitch. Hopefully you can get back into this count.
Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the 3rd out. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far.
Jr.
Senga back to work. Outside low. And that's ball 1.
So, Boog, here's an interesting fact about Acuna. He has the most home runs at Truist Park. He passed Freddie Freeman for the top spot in 2023, and I think he might hold that record for a while.
Inside just missed. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Line drive, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
The center fielder, number 24.
And now the center fielder, Jared Kelnick. He was a strikeout victim his first time. He swings and fouls one off. Acuna gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Next offering upstairs. There's a strike. That one ripped. Way back there. Gone. The two-run shot. His first homer of the year. It's 6-3.
That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to sort for the pillows.
And next for Atlanta, Larry Walker. 1 for 2.
Can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Nobody on, nobody out. A pair of runs across in the inning here in the bottom of the 6th. Next pitch misses inside, and now 2-0.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
Smoked on the ground a second. One away. That ground ball may have him back on track after the homer.
Fastball moved right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. On the ground, right side. Over to first. Ozuna is out.
Now batting, the third baseman, Austin Riley.
So here's Riley now, a former first-round pick, and he's really turned into a nice everyday player. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Two down, nobody on. And a big swing and a miss.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Check swing of the 0-2, appeal to first, and he won around. Not an easy call there, but that puts an end to the inning. So they get 2 runs on 2 hits. One of them left the yard. 7th inning coming up. It's the Dodgers. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Aaron Bummer.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Robinson in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
Counts 1-0. Hey!
And that one clips the corner.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one off the bad part of the bat, just a lazy fly ball. Walker tracks it down for the out.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Up the middle, dives, but it kicks off his glove. No throw. He's in safely, and now there's a runner at first.
The right fielder, number 99.
It's Aaron Judge now. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Just missed. Action in the pen down there. Raisel Iglesias getting ready to come in for manager Brian Snitker. Step off, throw to first. Ruth dives back in safely. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
1-1.
And that one ripped into right. Fair ball. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single. Runners at the corners here, 1 away. Tommy Edman at the plate. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Oh, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
Outside low, and the count is 2-0.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. And that's in for a strike. 2-2.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play with 2 strikes. Some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch.
Swings and lines one towards the gap. Could be extra bases. 1 run is in. Kelnick with a quick throw back in. Runner holds at third, so just 1 across on the play.
Well done. Drives in the run. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Here's Mookie now. This one in the air. Olsen has this one sized up. He makes the grab, and there's 2 away.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
And up to the plate is a bit of strategy here. They issue the intentional walk, and that'll set up a force play at any base.
Clearly they didn't want to mess with them right there, so I think it makes sense to play the numbers game in this spot.
So bases all loaded up. Hesung Kim, the next to hit. And that's in for a strike.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
2 outs. That misses the zone. Ball 1. Strike on the inside corner. The Dodgers threatening. Swing and a miss, and that is that. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the seventh. Number 86.
Bringing in the lefty with a left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
And he deals. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Tosses to first. One up, one down.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. That misses the zone. 1-0. The Dodgers leading by 4. And that's fouled off. That one ran inside, almost got him. High fly ball lifted in the air, right field. Judge snags it for the second out.
Now batting, catcher, John.
2 outs, base is empty. So here's Murphy now. Has grounded out a couple of times. Hit in the air, left field. Edman makes the grab. That is the inning. Now we see Raisel Iglesias out of the bullpen.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
Line drive, caught.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it, but in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Ohtani in the box now. No balls and a strike. The Braves bullpen has some activity. Joe Jimenez getting ready to come in for manager Brian Snitker. And that one inside, and it hit him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. Jackie Robinson steps to the plate for the Dodgers. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. Here goes the runner. Pitch in for a strike. And that's a stolen base, not even close. That's 20 stolen bases for him this season. Pop foul out of play off to the right. One out and a runner at second, and we're at the top of the 8th. Base knock, center field. Coming home. He will score, and it's an RBI single, and it's 8-3. Runner on at first with 1 gone. And here's the first baseman, Babe Ruth.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive.
There goes Jackie. Pitches low. Safe at second, and that was not close.
Clearly not content with the lead they're working with right now, and I like that. I don't think you can get comfortable with a 5-run lead in today's game, and now they've got a good chance of adding on.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Now one miss. Ground ball up the middle. A sliding play at short, and they get the out.
Just so impressed with the movement on that play. Footwork was excellent. The arm strength was there, and of course, the most important part was getting the out.
Aaron Judge at the plate. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. Robinson on third with 2 out. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2. Good job to fight that one off. The other way, and it goes just foul. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Line drive, and that's a fair ball. Jackie comes home and he scores. And it's now a 6-run lead. Fires to second too late, and he's got a double.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Yeah. Here comes Tommy Edman. Fastball in for a strike. 0-1. Substitution now at second base. Entering is the pinch runner, James Outman.
Number 33, James Outman.
That's a base hit. Coming home. He'll score. It's an RBI single. It's 10-3.
Now batting.
Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make Joe Jimenez will take over here.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Here's Betts. Fastball for a strike. Two outs. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
Turns and fires to Betts. And a swing and a miss. Out number 3. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Last half of the 8th coming up. This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
Singy, you grew up in the Bay Area. Did you have a favorite? Tony Gonsolin gets handed the rock out of the pen.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Muncy sends it to first. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Now batting.
And now it's Ronald Acuna Jr. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. And takes low for ball 1. You also had the pleasure of going over and hitting and taking batting practice at a big leaguer's house. Who was that?
Yeah, Willie McGee, one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion. Not
in the Hall of your neighborhood.
Yeah, his folks live right down the street from me, and that's where his batting cage was. I used to look out of my backyard down the hill and just dream of one day maybe being able to go over and hit with them. And that dream became a reality when I was drafted by the San Francisco Giants.
Up the middle. Jump throw across his body. Nicely done for the out.
center fielder, number 24, Garrett.
2 down, bases empty. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Jared Kelenic. He's already homered in this game. And first offering is fouled off. Gonsolin, 30 years old now, and he was a 9th-round draft pick back in 2016. That one outside, and the count is 1-1. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And a ball and 2 strikes. That's a little bit low. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Robinson sizes this one up and puts the squeeze on that one. And that ends the inning.
I'm being ratted out, letting them know what the back is about. Swatted freeloader songs when they hands.
Back at Truist Park, all set to start the 9th in this one. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Will Smith. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. Movement in the Atlanta bullpen. Bryce Elder, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Holmes also getting ready. And there's a rocket into the outfield. And a good start to the inning.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
So, man aboard. Here's the second baseman, Hye-Sung Kim. That one the other way. And that'll get down for a base hit. And now 2 aboard.
Now batting, third baseman, Max.
Muncy digs in. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. And another ball.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
Muncy hits one in the air. Walker settles underneath it and makes the grab. Runner tags at second, and the throw's offline, safe at third.
The batter, the designated hitter,
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. Pretty amazing athlete this guy is. Power and speed, quite a threat. I mean, you're talking about someone that could steal you a bag and go deep. Bo Jackson, anyone? And that's in there at the knees.
When you have a real athletic player and who's able to do the baseball mechanical things really well, look out, because the sky's the limit on that potential.
Well, he went inside a couple of times, and now outside. Hitter's not exactly sure where to look for this next pitch.
And now it's even up. Smith on third. Kim over at first, so one away. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That one carrying. Out of here! He'll touch them all. And they add to their lead. It's 13-3. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spit on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen.
Now pitching for
On the mound now, Grant Holmes.
66.
He's making his 4th appearance of the season. So digging in, Jackie Robinson. And a curve drops in for a strike.
0-1.
Liner to second and picked on the hop. Albies over to first in time. They get the out on Robinson.
The first baseman, number 3, Cade Root.
And now the first baseman, Babe Ruth. Swing and a foul out of play. Swing and a miss.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Next pitch is inside. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Grounds 1 to short. Arcia to first.
He's out.
And that is that. And welcome back to the ballpark. And down the right field. Larry Walker. Now into the ball game on defense. Freddie Freeman. He takes over as the new first baseman. Also into the ball game, Chris Taylor. Trevor McGill gets the ball now.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Just missed.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Right through there for a strike.
Big at bat right here. He did the team thing, took until he got a strike. Now he's got to go to work, shorten up that swing a little bit, do whatever it takes to get on base.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Ripped to third and caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Marcell Ozuna coming up to hit. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch. So it's their last chance in this one. And the batter now, Austin Riley. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And first offering is fouled off. The Dodgers up big in this one here in the last half of inning number 9. That misses the zone, and it's 1-1.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is the ball game.
It's always nice to grab the opener of the series. You come into a new ballpark, and just sometimes things aren't as comfortable as what you've been used to. The mound doesn't look straight. The background isn't what you like, but they didn't let any of those things distract them. In fact, they looked like they were playing a home game. Excellent job to set the tone for this series.
13-3 our final score. Dave Roberts and company celebrate in the dugout. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.